Hey guys, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation, and today we're going to do some more entry modes in Shadowland. And this is one team we're going to be running with, and as I said before guys in the last Shadowland video about the entry modes, you want a damage dealing character, which Black Bolt is. That's who we're going to use for our damage dealer. You want a character with good survivability, which Mantis and Luke Cage both have. Luke Cage doesn't have great survivability, but if he's built correctly, it's not too bad. Plus he has physical reflect, which is always nice. And Mantis we're going to be using for crowd control. So you always want a damage dealer, crowd control, and a character with survivability. So Mantis, the main thing we're going to be using for her, and she, guys, look, she's not built very well. She has no Urus. All of her skills are at 6. She has a stage 3 Hawkeye set, and she has a crit damage with a recovery rate with 120% damage proc. It's not like she's built very strong. She's not set up really that great. She does have max ignore defense, a max skill cooldown, 189 critical damage, 29 crit rate, 122 attack speed. And something else that's really nice about Mantis is her little passive here. Applies to all allies, a critical damage increase by 20% and 15% increase to ignore defense. So she's giving the other two guys, Black Bolt and Luke Cage, an extra 20% crit damage and an extra 15% ignore defense. Both terrific stats to add. So that's something to think about with her. Black Bolt here, his uni is just at normal. If you take a look at his detail page, he has 121 attack speed, 31 crit rate, 159 critical damage, max ignore defense, and max skill cooldown. And the only reason these guys ignore defense is max is thanks to Mantis's passive. He does have like some puny Urus, but these are just skill cooldown. Guys, look, it's just 1 star. And these 6-star are just skill cooldown, so it's really no big deal. I put them on a long time ago when my cards were total crap, and I didn't have near enough skill cooldown. His skills are all at 6, and we're just going to be mainly using this guy for his damage. His 5 has great damage. His 4 isn't too bad. His 3 has that 2-second stun, which is good for crowd control. And look at my obelisk, guys. It's total crap. Immunity to snare. This thing's crap. This is a crappy. In fact, can't believe that I never changed this, but yeah, this is a terrible obelisk. But his uni has a damage proc built into it, so that's pretty sweet. So you could actually give this guy invincibility or something to increase his survivability, and you'll still have that damage proc from the uni. Now for good old Luke Cage. Now Luke Cage, man, I don't have him built worth crap either. Not really. He has 120 attack speed, 30 crit rate, 160 critical damage, max ignore defense, and his dodge is maxed also, and you'll see why that is. No Urus, all of his skills are at 6. He has a stage 6 Hawkeye set, and he has double dodge with invincibility. This is increases survivability a little bit. No uni, so it's not like he's built really well. The thing about him is he does have physical reflect, which is nice, and he has a decrease all damage received by 30%. That only applies to himself, so it helps his survivability as well. So this is a pretty decent team. Now another team we're going to try is this team right here. We're going to be using, again guys, our damage dealer. Actually all 3 of these guys are just kind of a mixed combination of damage dealing, survivability, and crowd control. Goliath here, he's got a nice sweet leadership, 45% increase in physical attack, which applies to Rogue and Ant-Man. And he also has freaking stuns at the wazoo. 2-second stun here, 3-second stun here. He also has 2-second stun here, and he has a 2-second stun here. So 4 of his skills have stuns, which gives him a lot of crowd control. In the last video we used webbing for our crowd control. In this video we're going to be using stuns and the fear effect from Mantis for our crowd control. If we look at his details here, he has 120 attack speed, 32 crit rate, 151 critical damage, and max ignore defense, max skill cooldown. Yeah, I do have a CTP of Transcendence on this guy. It's got a 5-second invincibility to really help his survivability, because he does kind of lack in survivability, but his damage is respectful. No uni, of course. He has a stage 6 Hawk size set. We take a look at Rogue here. Rogue, again, she isn't built worth a crap. We're not going to use the uni, even though I have it. We don't need it though. You go through the details here. She got 120 attack speed, 28 crit rate, 186 critical damage, 41% ignore defense, and max skill cooldown. She has no Urus. All of her skills are at 6. She has a stage 6 Hawkeye set. And she has a crit damage with 140% damage proc. So nothing too special. Rogue on AI has pretty good survivability. She plays pretty well in AI, guys. That's one of the reasons I'm using her. And her damage is respectful. And then, of course, Ant-Man. Ant-Man here, he has 124 attack speed, 29 crit rate, 172 critical damage, and 47% ignore defense. And max skill cooldown. No Urus. All of his skills are at 6. He has a stage 6 overdrive set. And he does have a crit damage with 180% damage proc. So he does have a decent damage proc. But Ant-Man, you know, he's decent. He's got respectful damage. You know, this uni's a pretty decent uni. My uni is only at advanced. Oh, and I almost forgot. Didn't show you guys the Urus on this guy. Goliath does have Urus on him. I mean, I got him built pretty well, guys. I mean, he is rank 857 in the world. And I do have 5-star or 4-star physical attack Urus on him, and some ignore defense Urus. But the rest of the characters don't have any Urus. So guys, let's take these two teams into entry mode in Shadowland, and let's see how they do. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so let's do this. Now, I'm just going to try to keep Black Bolt alive, hit that 5. I'm not worried about Mantis at all. She plays really good in AI, plus she'll use that fear skill. Luke Cage, I got to worry about, and guys, you know, I won't bullcrap you. I had to play this, you know, this is the second try to get this done. You know, Luke Cage, his survivability, even with all the dodge I have on him, and his physical reflect, and his damage, decreased damage received, he can still croak, man, you know. So it's, but he can hang in there if he's built right. He's not really doing much damage in here. We just got him in here for little extra survivability. And you guys see that I got White Tiger, Wong, and Absorbing Man as my fodder. They're just kind of hanging in the background doing nothing. Just so I can get all 6 of those tokens. But yeah, this team works out pretty good. You see Luke Cage, he's about ready to die. So, you know, I'm just hoping for Mantis and Black Bolt to get all the damage, really, mainly. To do all the damage, anyways. Not a super easy clear, but, you know, it'll be a clear nonetheless. I mean, Black Bolt's pretty mean, guys. You know, he's been left behind for a long time, but he's still fairly strong, especially in Shadowland. And there you have it. So let's go into the next entry mode. So this is stage 35. And really the most difficult thing about this is just trying to keep Goliath alive. You know, Ant-Man and Rogue, I'm not worried about them at all. It's really just Goliath. You know, you start with his 5 to get his, I believe it's his invincibility. And, yeah, and then you just rotate through his skills after that. And he can hang in there, guys. I mean, right? I mean, lots of damage, no problem, pretty easy. And you guys see for my fodder, I got Moon Knight, Jane Foster Thor, and Caecilius. Because at this point in the game and Shadowland, they're really not that good. They're kind of worthless, unfortunately. But yeah, you see that Goliath's taking most of the beating. But yeah, man, with Rogue and Ant-Man on there, they tear it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.